Hi, I'm Brenda Woods, and normally I'm in the woods, but today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to tell you all how I got my Purple Heart. I was in Iraq in 2008. I was attached to a Stryker cavalry unit. I was mostly in the squadron headquarters. I wasn't infantry or anything cool like that. I was just a pogue. The unit got tasked to be part of the battle for Sadr City, the second battle for Sadr City, which was a really big operation that occurred in 2008. Sadr City is like the largest part of Baghdad. It's heavily, densely populated. It's also incredibly impoverished. At the time, there was a huge shortage of personnel. If you could competently fire a weapon, they would usually put you somewhere. I was just stuck on the back of a Stryker mostly.
Were you surprised at the ferocity of this fight?
Yeah, we were.
One day there was another company, and while they were out, they got ambushed, and they lost a vehicle to an EFP, which is like a shaped charge. They had to get their wounded and their broken vehicle out of there. I got tasked to go out and provide security for this recovery operation that was going on. So they pulled their vehicles around this other platoon that was doing the recovery operation, and it was really quiet. There was not a lot going on. They pulled their vehicle out, and we sat there for, I don't know, another 20 minutes or so. So when they started to back out, that's when we got hit by the first IED. Again, a shaped charge, and it went right through the driver's side of the one of the Strykers, and it took out the engine, and like half the side of the Stryker was had a big old hole in it. So I mean, it just killed the Stryker immediately. So they had to do a recovery operation. About this time, I could hear the explosions and the gunfire. Their platoon sergeant who was there, he kind of squatted down, and he told me, and I was down there with the medic, and he was like, well, we got to get out. And I was like, well, I'm going to get out and help y'all, because I just thought it would be stupid if there was, because there was only two other guys on there besides the medic, and the medic couldn't get out. And I was like, well, if one of them goes down, they got to treat him. So I was like, I'm going with y'all. I tapped him on the leg, and I was like, hey, I'm going to take your saw. Someone would get out. And we dropped the back ramp, and as soon as that ramp dropped, we started taking fire. As soon as I saw where it was coming from, I just unloaded the saw onto this balcony. I mean, I dumped all of my ammo. I just shot everything I had. I saw muzzle flashes, and I just started shooting. Later on, I found out that one of the dudes in the other Stryker was yelling at me. He saw that I was shooting over the squad leader's head, and I guess you're not supposed to do that. I put the saw on the ground and pulled up my M4. I went to the other side of the Stryker. I was looking at the side, and that's when the second IED went off. The second explosion went off, and it rocked the shit out of us. And the next thing I know, I was on the ground, and I was waking up, and I looked at the platoon sergeant. He was just kind of sitting there staring into space, because he was dazed too, and he was looking down at the tow cable in his hands, and he looked at me, and he held it out in front of him, and he said, here, hook it up. And I was like, okay. So I got on my back, and I crawled underneath the vehicle, and I didn't realize right away that I had to screw it in. I thought you just push it in. So I got that in there, and somewhere in the middle of it, I passed out again. They were kicking me, and later they told me they thought I was dead. And I could hear rounds hitting the ground around me, and there was hot oil leaking on me. But I got it on there, and I got out. I climbed back onto the back of the Stryker. We started to get the vehicle out, and we were taking fire still. there was another big explosion, and the squad leader fell down into the Stryker, and I popped up, and we got hit by another RPG, which hit the side of the Stryker, and then I just kind of blacked out, and I fell down into the Stryker, and that's when the medic started treating me, because I thought I was bleeding, because I was covered in hot fluid, but it was just oil. Finally, we got out of there, and we got back to the base. The armor had been destroyed, so they had to bust it open. I made it about 5 feet, and I passed out, and they ended up medevacing me. I was medevaced back to the States, and that's when I got my Purple Heart. I got it for, my TBI. I had to go through quite a bit of rehabilitation, and I lost my equilibrium because it blew out part of my ear. And had a surgery, and things are going better now, but that's it. I mean, that's how I ended up getting my Purple Heart. If you stayed to this point, thank you very much. This is my first time doing one of these, and I don't really know if I'm going to do more of them. I might, but just let me know what y'all think. And yeah.